How's it going, guys? We got a little bit of a part 2 here on the BMW. So today we are going to be demoing, I should say, Tacsystem Mystic Water Repellent. So basically what this is a concentrated shampoo. It's a wash and seal in one. So essentially what you do kind of eliminates one step is you basically foam the car, you wash the car the way you normally would, and it adds a layer of protection. It's 1 to 2 months depending on maintenance. If you're really up on top of maintenance, it can last 3 months. However, I tell most people around 1 to 2 months, you never want to over guarantee on your services. So basically what we've done here is we've already used the fallout remover to kind of do a light decontamination on the hood, so you can see a lot of those rust spots are kind of gone, those fallout spots, and there are still a little bit more. We're going to go through and clay bar this car. We're kind of just demoing the product right now. But really what you want to do with this, the same as washing all cars, is you want to give it a good rinse down first. And you can tell when I spray on here, the water is going to stick, it's going to sheet, there's not going to be any beading, there's not going to be any sort of hydrophobics, there's no protection on this car whatsoever. So you can see the water's just sticking to it, there's no protection. This is mostly from residual oils that may be on the surface. It could be from somebody's hands or just where it's sat in the environment. There's really no beading whatsoever. So with the same as all times when you wash your car, you want to have a proper setup here. So you can see we have 2 buckets. We have a dirty bucket and a clean bucket, both with grit guards and our wash mitts. Mystic Water Repellent, the recommended is a 7-to-1 dilution, meaning 7 parts water, 1 part concentration. However, when you use a foam cannon, water is going to cycle through it and dilute it more. So I actually like to do 3-to-1 or 5-to-1. So if you want a stronger, longer lasting, tighter bead, do 3-to-1. If you want more of a, I guess, a moderate, 5-to-1 is fine. 5-to-1 is fine. However, I don't recommend doing 7-to-1. You'll have to do a couple layers, and then you're just wasting product. So, and wasting time, more importantly. So, I've sprayed this down. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm just going to do a small section. I'm not going to do anything big. Just do a section of the hood here. But basically, all you do is, you set your regulator, set your fan on your foam cannon here. I'm just going to do half the hood. And even though these mitts are clean, I want to dunk it in the dirty, rinse it in the clean. When you wash a car, most important thing is posture. You really want to just keep your feet shoulder width apart. You don't want to go like this, because if I stand like this, I basically have adequate pressure on the surface. I'm basically gliding my hand across the hood of the car. To switch this and put my strong foot forward, whether it be your right or left foot, you're now putting more weight on the surface, so you could essentially scratch and swirl the paint, which we don't want to do. So when we wash, we just want to do, say, 4 to 5 passes on each side of the mitt, shoulder width apart, and then flip that mitt, use the other side. Okay, so basically we've gone through and we've done half the hood here. Now, there's a couple things about Mystic Water Repellent that are very important. One, do section by section. You don't want to spray this all over the car and go through and work over it. You'll get streaking, you'll get almost looking like water spots. This is a soap that requires agitation. If you spray it on the car and then just rinse it off, you'll have runs and streaks all over it. This does contain silica, and it does require agitation. That silica needs to be worked within the pores and within the substrate. So foaming it on and rinsing it off is a big no-no. The other big no-no is working in sun. You can see we are overcast, we have no sun, no heat. This product does not like heat. If you ever use any sort of silica sealant or obviously a ceramic coating, heat is not a friend of silica. So you really want the surface to be cool, and you don't want to be in direct sun. So we've basically gone through and washed this half of the hood. So what we're going to do now is just rinse it off, and we should see some water beading. This car was pretty contaminated, and it still is, so we may need to do a second layer. Hopefully not, though. So you can see it looks completely different than what it did before. If I go over to this side, even on this side where I've rinsed it off, it's starting to bead. But it's still not as strong. Over here is where we wash. You can just see it's instant protection. So we have water beading, we have hydrophobics, it's running off, it's got that self-cleaning ability. And that's basically what Mystic Water Repellent will do. So again, this is a Tacsystem product. We are not brand affiliated here at Emerald Coast Pro Plus Detailing. We use what works for us. Tacsystem is a great product, along with many other products that we use. So you can get this on TacsystemUS.com. They offer it in gallons, 64 ounces, 32 ounces, 16 ounces. Getting it by the gallon will get you the best bang for your buck. Again, proof's in the pudding. You can see what it does here. Instant water bead compared to before where there was nothing but water sticking and sheeting. So this is a great wash and seal option here. Definitely a lot of profitability here. 1 to 2 months, potentially 3 depending on maintenance and where the car is stored and how the car is driven. So again, another great product. We use it here every day. Happy detailing.